Alright, and we're live.
We are indeed live.
Alright. So you all can promote this.
Alright, so we're doing Dante vs. Wukong first. Alright.
Oh no, we're gonna do Kumagawa. Oh, I was on. Let me pull up the chat on my phone.
Yeah. I wanna do this one first, cause like I really wanna like point out some stuff about like
Alright, for
fucking
Kumagawa.
Yeah. I wanna say Kumagawa, but like for the POC too. Because like he mostly uses all the scans for POC even though we don't need POC. We can just use normal canon stuff for Dante.
Yeah. We don't even need POC for Dante being Kumagawa.
Yeah. Like mostly every like canon DMC hacks just beats Kumagawa in general.
Okay. And let me know when you finish promoting it, Max.
Alright.
And then we can start.
Alright, let me just... I'm just gonna pull out the scan just in case. I can just basically just read out of... I realize every demon has every freaking immortality. Damn.
It's basically all doesn't matter. Alright, well, you guys let me know that I'm done. I'm gonna mute myself. I'll be right back.
Alright, I'm back. Okay. I'll let y'all there. Hello, Ultron.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Alright, we can start now.
Yes. Oh, it's just busy.
I recorded this entire video, and then I realized that I used my broken mic, so the entire audio just sounds like this. Kumagawa versus Dante. I know the outcome of this is either going to have the Medaka Box fans angry or the DMC fans angry. Either way, if you comment something dumb, I'm just going to point and laugh at you. Also, a large portion of my audience doesn't even sub to me, so if you enjoy my videos, please check if you are in fact subscribed. It helps a ton, but yeah, let me cook. So, if you've watched my Medaka Kurokami video, you know that the Medaka box verse is just, like, stupidly complicated, and thankfully, Kumagawa isn't as complicated as that. Kumagawa is someone who actually views reality as a work of fiction that he can manipulate, create, and destroy at his own will. It's also stated that his lack of knowledge of controlling his own ability could actually just result in the erasure of everything. One of his broken abilities is all fiction, which I went over in this video, but essentially this ability allows Kumagawa to quite literally make anything into nothing or undo the existence of anything. And this is without exaggeration. So just by that, you should know that this guy is dummy OP, which is a bit of an issue. You see, Kumagawa or anyone else in the Medaka box verse is hard to scale only because they aren't someone like Ichigo, for example, where you can scale them based on their feats. Kumagawa doesn't really have any feats like that, but his abilities are seemingly limitless. You can also just negate their ability with attacks like these, where you can straight up just spawn a screw inside someone.
Alright, so I guess the hacks don't scale to the AP, I guess.
No, he's just he just doesn't simply understand what hacks definitively are. You know, Ichigo doesn't need to have a bladed fate of destroying a realm if he has a hacks that can threaten the existence of a realm, i.e. destabilize or collapse it. Those scales are there. So that would still be a feat and a statement for Ichigo.
I feel like Medaka Box is just basically the anime series, like, they just show, just these hacks without having any good feats or just having, without having a plot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what even the plot of Medaka Box is, to be honest.
I'm not gonna say anything so far. I just want him to continue explaining this, and if he doesn't give a name to it, I am going to say what it is for him, and I'm gonna just basically explain basically explained by Toasty is either being, how should I put it, conscious or unconscious and not saying exactly what this hack truly is.
Yeah. Alright, let's just continue.
He can attack with the barrage of screws after offering a handshake, despite there being no screws summoned when a handshake was offered. But he can also use these screws to trap someone he can't even see. Now here's where the issue for Kumagawa versus Dante begins. His speed is not anywhere in the realms of infinite. His speed was scaled from revelistic to FTL, but he can also make his time 0 so that his movements become virtually instantaneous, granting him pseudo-teleportation and pseudo-time stop. And due to his abilities, he can simply negate any fatigue or injuries he experiences. Now, this wouldn't necessarily pose a threat to someone like Dante, which I'll elaborate on a little bit later. Alongside all fiction, Kumagawa has the ability to manipulate causality, because when he uses all fiction, he ultimately gets the ability to erase cause and effect. This is shown when he's able to remove the effect of Zekichi's kicks, ultimately erasing all the damage that would have been caused from the kick itself. Doing this allows Kumagawa to warp through time and space itself, as well as induce absolute zero by erasing temperature, people, concepts, laws, time, memories, powers, as well as all his own injuries. In doing this, it allows him to resurrect himself, regardless of the amount of times he's killed, granting him borderline immortality. This is because he can recover from and negate any damage he receives, like when he undid reality to heal his arm. He was also then given Aizumu's 100 Gauntlets ability. Kumagawa took this and evolved the ability from the ability to switch cause and effect into all fiction, which denies the existence of cause and effect entirely. Bookmarker is capable of bypassing defensive abilities and traits, including non-corporeality, and can even bring an opponent down to his level in intellect. He possesses the ability to seal things away. For example, Najimi, who is a god that he sealed away for 3 years, he is capable of creating subjective realities and weapons with his manifestation. An example of this power would be when he created the visual manifestation of a sword that could kill a magical beast. And he creates that with his imagination alone. Another extremely broken thing he's done is erase his death entirely. In doing this, it made him immortal. He can also entirely undo the existence of anyone. Kumagawa also erased color itself from the entire manga, making everything black and white. In the anime, this is portrayed as him turning the literal anime itself into a manga.
What the fuck?
So I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I tried so many times to actually scale Dante. I had rewritten the script over 10 times, and then I started asking Crafty for help on it. And he was like, yo, let me hop on the video.
Crafty.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't know how to scale Dante. Help me.
Dante from Devil May Cry is an extremely strong character.
You want to put us?
Yeah, you ripped it.
So, effectively, Toasty, if you're gonna label hacks, might as well give it the name that any tier instance would appropriately give it, please. It's just called reality warping. What you just put in is just a very extreme limitation. You just basically put in a very extreme version of reality warping that has no limitation, which is exactly what reality warping is. You just applied basic conceptual manipulation, causality, or cause out,
Causality.
cause and effect. Yeah, manipulation, law manipulation. You just effectively applied the more specific versions of reality warping all into one. That's what you would just explain what his ability is. So if you're gonna give it a name, just give it a name. So you would just state if you have resistances to basically any form of right around there, yeah. If you basically just state, yeah, if you have the inherent resistances to any fundamental reality warping, and then you show resistances to the much more finer details of reality warping, you will be effectively immune to this. That's all you would have to say. So please, next time, just state reality warping. It just combines all the finer fundamental versions of reality warping, i.e. conceptual manipulation, which is just manipulating reality through a concept that governs reality, causality, which is just manipulating the cause and effect that reality is based upon, logic manipulation, just manipulating the logic to change reality, so on and so forth.
Alright, so let's go. Alright, let's get to this.
Essentially just a long way to say yes, conceptual manip.
Yeah.
No, it's just conceptual, just any form of reality
I want to Bible
Well, that's true, yeah.
of how it has conceptual manipulation. Well, let's get back to it.
From Devil May Cry is an extremely strong character in fiction, and most of the scaling for Devil May Cry isn't necessarily shown, which means either stated or implied with the lore or guide statements, among other things. But actually, it makes it extremely easy to scale Dante because we have just quite blatant statements for said characters. Dante scales to many people who can just scale to their cosmology via destruction or even creation. An example, the demon known as Nightmare, who that can physically lift and destroy the demon realm. The demon realm is literally stated to have a space-time continuum many times, as well as containing an infinitely expanding universe inside it, as well as other dimensions. And of course, Dante defeats.
That's not another demon world.
Yeah.
Well, we could continue. Let's just point that out.
He did Nightmare many times, so he should scale to this fourth dimensional power or universal plus. But that is just a fraction of what he scales to, because just souls in Devil May Cry are stated to have a ninth dimensional form, and that souls even go to an even higher dimension, so at least 10th dimensional or high complex multiversal. Again, Nightmare scales to this and Dante scales to him. Hell, even Dante scales to Mundus, who created the entire cosmology. And you can actually argue the cosmology of Dante being way higher, but I'm not trying to go too.
Yeah, that's not true. The Qliphoth is the origin of everything in the cosmology.
The tree of Qliphoth was the one that created the entire cosmology. Not literally. Mundus started out as a god.
Yeah, he started as like a fodder demon and then consumed the Qliphoth.
His role as Demon King was okay. I should probably reword this better, but the Qliphoth fruit was the literal #1 reason that Mundus kept his role as Demon King.
Yeah.
As Trish stated in DMC 5.
Yeah. And same with Argosax.
Yeah, so saying Mundus created the entire cosmology is
it doesn't make any sense.
Not only is it an assumption, but an objectively incorrect assumption.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be incorrect.
So yeah. The Qliphoth created the cosmology. Mundus didn't do it. He started out as a fodder demon and then worked his way up as a Demon King.
Alright, here, let's continue.
He made out the Matrix.
Yeah.
In depth, because I don't want to overboard Toaster with all these scans. And if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to take a minute to plug myself real quick. I'm Mr. Crafty from Mr. Crafty Skills. I do a lot of skilling on my channel. Though I don't have any Devil May Cry videos yet on my channel, I will be making some soon, as Devil May Cry is one of my favorite verses. So I recommend checking out my channel, and thank you again, Toaster, for having me. So back to Dante. Dante's speed is incredibly easy to scale. He's casually able to box up a demon by the name Pluto, who moves so fast that he bypasses the dimensional axis
Oh
of
my
the time
gosh,
stream with his
Pluto.
sheer speed alone.
Pluto.
And before you say this is an outlier, Dante is also able to point blankly react to the Fury, who's with its own speed able to jump between
Oh my
space-time,
days, he
and
actually
sees
used,
him
like,
as a
an actual
joke.
cannon scout.
Even
Well,
characters
you're
like
right,
Chen or Mundus are either beyond the concepts of time or even beyond the flow of time, making Dante have casually immeasurable speed consistently and again casually.
I mean, one other thing you can mention is just the regular fodder demons having to cross the river Styx.
Hindi mentioned about the demonic energy.
Yeah.
The demonic
Even
energy.
the fodder demons can use said demonic energy to literally just transcend time, especially through sheer movement, as the Furies are capable of doing.
Yeah, what you mentioned right here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, being immeasurable in DMC is like literally nothing.
Yeah.
it,
But, yeah. Oh, you were saying something,
anyways,
Ryan?
let's go.
if you're in a verse called DMC and you have immeasurable speed, you might as well be on the same scope as a fodder demon at that point.
Yeah, like
I mean,
I feel like immeasurable speed I feel like immeasurable speed is basically just no one DMC at this point. It's like the base speed at this point.
Yeah.
running for demon hunters and also fodder demons. Let's continue.
And for
So
god tiers, they'll be beyond that type of speed.
Yeah, you
I
could
think.
probably argue irrelevant, but I don't know. That's a weird
But
tier for me.
yeah, I'm like
You
relevant speed don't really
You would
exist.
already argue irrelevant speed due to them basically having 1A existence. Or
1A for me is still an issue.
But at the same time,
I mean,
like relevant speed
it-
is just
for me it's a capping point, but it's not so far fetched.
There, I
and
guess.
relevant speed and relevant speed to be honest, like relevant speed it's not really a tier. It's made up by KSCP. KAP, yeah.
Dante has so many abilities, it isn't even
KSCP,
funny.
yeah, because I use like I say hold up, I don't know because I don't know I say
Yeah.
Cass
Yeah.
AP, I don't know. I
Nah.
get it wrong sometimes. Anyways,
We can-
That wouldn't be an accurate position. That irrelevant speed has always been in tiers where caps come in. It's been in VSBW for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Let's just
I don't
continue.
know,
Anyways, we
but,
could continue.
yeah.
But I'll only mention the ones that I think are relevant in subduing Kumagawa. He has resisted fate manipulation, has many different styles that each give him a different unique ability, and for one of the most important ones, he can kill demons who are beyond the concepts of life and death. So yes, he can kill Kumagawa.
Okay.
And lastly, he can erase or
Alright.
steal your
To be honest, we
concept.
don't.
For further explanation, demons inside Devil May Cry
Alright,
Tsuyu was trying to
to
say
be
something.
honest, yeah. So basically, we don't need these scans for POC because demonic energy itself is unbounded by the laws of life and death. With the gold orb.
Oh, yeah, we do have the gold orb where it states it transcends the concept of life and death.
Yeah.
It's filled with condensed magical energy, which is this highly associated with demonic energy.
Yeah.
And demonic power has no boundaries in general. So it would make sense they are already beyond such concepts of life and death.
So in general,
So, yeah.
like if Dante was able to like use at least a little bit of demonic energy, he would just at least just erase Kumagawa out of existence at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like he don't even need to use like any of his abilities. Like demonic energy itself will just erase the person out of oblivion.
You could probably just like change his name with a single
like,
thought. And
He
then
doesn't need to change his name because like well to be honest like you don't need POC to argue the names because it's only in DMC free. And the thing about like this, like like he doesn't just erase or steal your concept. He basically gives you a new concept because like he can just take your name and give you a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not, so it will be
It's also
conceptual manipulation and power nullification, or conceptual
Yeah.
power nullification.
It's also pretty blatant in DMC5,
Yeah.
both game and manga, where Mundus it shows a brief flashback of Mundus where he captured Virgil. He changed his name to Nello Angelo
Yeah.
and became completely different.
Yeah.
Virgil split himself into two separate entities, his human side and his demon side. Thus, his name was changed to Urizen.
And
And
his human side is V.
yeah,
You guys good? I'm just gonna.
but yeah,
I'll say what I have
think
to
we
say
can-
until the end of the video.
I think we can move on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright, let's continue.
Are the actual concepts of whatever their names are. And his father, Sparta, had the ability Dante inherited, which allowed him to either steal, rob, or take a demon's concept away, or in general. So basically, he's the ultimate counter to Kumagawa's all fiction. And for my opinion on how this goes on, I really do think that Dante wins. He's just far faster and stronger low ball.
Hold up, pause. I will agree with him, to be honest. Like he basically has every counter for Kumagawa, but the thing about Mr. Crafty is that he mostly used he mostly used POC, not really the DMC scans.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned Chen and the Furies a little bit, but other than that,
Yeah, he didn't mention Chen. To be honest, oh yeah, by the way, hold on, wait, I think there's I think demons are able to resist causality via the beast heads.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they're able to resist causality.
demonic energy is technically also causality manip, because the gold orb can literally just revert time to a certain extent, as if the action never happened in the first place.
Oh damn.
That's what it does in DMC2.
Alright. And also about Kumagawa, all fiction can say absolute zero, etc. Even if you argue Kumagawa is saying he has absolute zero, I'm just gonna say one word, Cerebus. At that point, Cerebus, come on.
oh, Cerberus, yeah, with absolute zero eyes.
Yes, come on, man,
It's not Cerberus that's stated to have that.
Or
First,
King
it's
Cerberus, yeah.
stated it's stated for the Frost. Frost are the first ever demons to be recollected or to ever be stated to have absolute zero.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, let's continue.
Some of the stuff is just off the top of my head. It's not even in depth, if we're being honest. Not to mention, just a few hacks we mentioned are just perfect counters for all of Kumagawa's arsenal. He would just easily speed blitz, one shot, and erase him if he really needed to. And thank you again, Toaster, for having me. And now it's my piece. I give it back to you.
And to be honest,
Using the feats and statements.
yeah, I kind of feel like I do I do agree with Mr. Crafty, to be honest, because come on, his AP. I'm saying Kumagawa's AP is Louis Buns and speed in general. So even if Kumagawa has superior hacks, whatever, I'm saying I'm not saying he can beat Dante. I'm saying even if you argue him having superior hacks, the AP and speed is just it's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's trying to argue Gojo versus a character that has beyond it's basically trying to argue Gojo versus a character that has AP, a superior AP and speed.
Mm-hmm.
Etc.
Alright, here, let's continue.
Mentioned prior by me and Crafty, it should be pretty clear that Dante is going to come out on top in this. He does have resistances to practically most of Kumagawa's best hacks, though if you think that doesn't really mean anything, I genuinely think it could go either way. It's either that or Dante slams. Anyway, I plan on doing a lot of Medaka Box stuff during the summer, so if you're subscribed for Medaka Box videos, this summer will be a treat for you. I plan on doing like Medaka versus the Fate verse or something, just like certain characters, like maybe Saber or something. I don't know.
Bro, bro, that is not, bro. I know like Natsu versus Fodder a little bit, but come on, man, that's not even a that's not even a matchup. That's literally just straight up overkill.
Saber just one shots.
Yeah, like Saber just straight up like one shots on. No, like one of the most weakest Natsuverse members just straight up solos the verse. Like what the hell? Like
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do Goku versus Medaka. But yeah, if you ended,
oh my days.
Goku do one shots.
Alright, yeah, Goku.
Okay.
At this point, like, just like I kind of feel like he's hiding the point. He just hates Medaka Box, so he just comparing like these characters to Medaka Box.
Yeah.
Would disagree. Would say all fiction just runs a train through Goku and through basically everybody in Dragon Ball in its entirety. Say,
But,
even the one ways. Anyways, so.
Wouldn't Kumagawa like lacking in speed though?
Yeah, but most of his things are passive, and they're already active.
I can just say his hacks don't matter because Goku would perception blitz and I don't know.
Yeah, but so assuming this is towards the end of the series, it doesn't matter. He can't die.
Yeah, but Goku could still beat him via other means, whether that would just be knocking him out or BFR him.
And the thing is, like, even if
he can't BFR him,
because like remember, like I think what he said, like, because if Kumagawa tried to erase like the causality of like Goku's like punch, whatever, like to be honest, like he will not be able to erase like the causality in general because like the freaking speed gap in general for Goku.
You guys don't understand. The hacks are passives. It's when he's doing weapon creation. Because they are just a state of a being, so he can make them passives. That's already done. This is how he doesn't. This is why he doesn't. Go ahead. I was cutting you off.
I'm not even gonna go over this.
Alright, hold on. Yeah, let's go to Dante versus Sun Wukong.
Oh, hello, it's you. When Winged Angel starts playing, I am back.
Yeah.
What I was saving for the end of this is for some reason, Mr. Crafty did not go over the exact hacks resistance that, like, the demons would have. Like,
he didn't
resistant to in general.
Like, he didn't even went to the fate manipulation. He just said it and then just forgot about it like it's nothing and just like the most passive hacks that Dante has.
Fate manipulation wouldn't matter because Kumagawa's hacks. It doesn't. I don't think he ever changes the destined fate. Hey, Yosakura. I mean, hey, Ezio. So it was Yosakuro's library. It's like, oh, hey, Yosakura. Yeah. Hey, Ezio. So the specifics he could have mentioned was that changing names via conceptual manipulation is also information manipulation because it changes the fundamental values of everything. So that is two resistances to reality warping, as I have already explained it. Kumagawa's hacks are they themselves just an accumulation of reality warping. Could have also mentioned that the demon world is able to manipulate and operate on a completely separate law and is able to manipulate the very basic laws of reality in the human world. So there's a law of manipulation as well. It's able to change laws. It's also able to operate on separate laws. It's also able to bypass cause and effect via, if I remember correctly, it's able to burn objects without the actual need of flame, right? Not through heat, but to burn something, you need to put it on fire. It could just bypass. That's what it's bypassing the cause, and it's giving you the effect, right? So, effectively, he could have talked about how demons in general, demonic energy in general, just grants you practically the entire list of resistances and manipulation of reality, from name, text, cause and effect, law, so on and so forth. We could have talked about that because that is basically the basis of Kumagawa's hacks. For some reason, he didn't.
Yeah.
Let's go on with Dante versus Sun Wukong. Bro, not gonna lie, I used to glaze Sun Wukong back in 2022.
Oh yeah, 1S Sun Wukong.
Yes, one is Sun Wukong. Oh my.
Alright, let's continue.
Sun Wukong, a monkey who wanted none other than to be the strongest and went on to do that very thing, attaining a thing called Nirvana, and Dante Sparta from the DMC game and manga series in an everlasting conflict with his brother Virgil. However, who would truly win if you put them up against each other? Who would truly be the better pound-for-pound fighter? However, with that being said, I'll be letting my friend Crafty go over the Dante section of the video, while I myself go over the Wukong section. But be sure to subscribe as it would mean a lot and would be greatly appreciated. However, lastly, but most importantly, enjoy.
Strongest devil hunter and the son of the Dark Knight, Sparta. But how strong is Dante truly?
You don't get
As early as DMC 1, Dante was able to fight and beat the demonic creation known as Nightmare. Even when aided with the help of Trish, Dante still prevailed, and Dante is able to beat him while embased in state and lore. Nightmare is stated in almost every continuity to be able to destroy, and in some translations actually...
Oh yeah?
Again?
Oh, you say it to beat him in base and lore, that's stated.
That's never stated.
Stated it's implied he needs more power. Well, it's not even implied, it's
Oh
shown
my gosh.
through the Trinity of Fates, so there's that.
Yeah.
It's the same issue with Argos X, thinking everyone beat, Dante beat him in base.
Yeah.
Yep.
To be honest,
Wait, who did he beat him? Wait, go back. Who did he say he beat him in?
Nightmare.
prevailed.
Nightmare?
And Dante's able to beat him
For
while
some reason, why
embased
did I
in
think he
state
said
and lore.
Argo?
No, I was just mentioning Argos X with everyone thinking Dante
No,
beat him in base.
I know. That's why I thought he said Argus X. I was thinking of an argument against Kumagawa with Argus X.
No, it's alright. Alright, go back to...
But yeah.
Nightmare
No,
is
he
stated in
doesn't beat-
almost
he
every
beats him in base,
continuity
he's
to be
correct.
able to destroy, and in some translations actually able to lift the demon realm as well. So how big is the demon realm? The demon realm is stated in both DMC 1 and 3 to be
Wait a
endless.
minute.
Now endless means
Wait, I recognize this scaling. This is like the same scaling like he used like against Dante versus Jima, I think, from like Madoka Box. I recognize the scaling. Well, hold on, we'll talk about that later, but
Yeah.
let's continue.
needs to have no boundaries or limits, and it can be associated with infinity. But what really nails this in the coffin is
It
the
is
fact
a
that the
synonym
DMC
to
1 light
infinity.
novel states that the demon realm houses an infinite amount of demons, blatantly showing that in a
This is
narrative
not-
point the demon realm
No,
is
that's novel too.
Yeah.
infinite. And with base
novel
Dante
too, it's
being
not a
able to
light novel,
bully
please.
Nightmare, Dante would be high universal just in base by the time of DMC 1. Enters his devil trigger, becomes an entirely different beast, as he can fight equal to Mundus. Mundus, with just a flap of his wings, is able to create an encompassing space or dimension around him and Dante. With the album guide stating that this space was not only a universe but also an infinitely expanding one at that. It's also stated that this realm was beyond human comprehension. Now in this context of this feat, they view being beyond human comprehension something greater than infinity or infinite. Now this could be argued to be fourth dimensional, but there is much more proof for this. As in the DMC1 light novel, Chen released a sample of Dante's father's DNA, which said he had the power or knowledge beyond all laws, time, and dimension. This is shown to be true.
DMC2 Volume 2.
Bro,
Void Mundus.
so the fact that like he says it's still fourth dimensional is just stupid. Like, and when he fought Chen, like that should already upgrade him to at least like. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not trying to crash on Crafty. To me, she's a chill person. It's just like holy crap. It's like I'm really holding my anger on Mr. Crafty because holy shit. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
Let's continue.
Just in 70% of the state, he was stated just as this being who had no concept of time and space. And Mundus actually had to fight against the full Sparta, in which he did eventually lost, but has shown the comic Titans to actually fight and have a decently match with him. And he should massively upscale from Chen with this. Even the Demon King Argosax was stated to be not only transcend all living things, but reiterate upon to transcend all. He's also stated to transcend both time and distance and just as raw speed alone, as stated in the DMC2 Complete Guide. And if you want to say that he's translating our third dimensional distance, he would be fourth dimensional as well. With Mundus and Argosax stated to be equals, he would seal to this. Essentially, it's very consistent that the god...
God fucking damn it, dude. Show me the scale again.
Go ahead.
Yep.
But not even the demonic rulers rivaling the power of Mundus. Isn't that literally just a flashback of what happened in DMC anime?
Yeah.
No. Wait, no, that's for the DMC2.
That's for DMC2 and the DMC5 recap.
DMC2. Yeah, recap, yeah. But the thing is, like, they're only equal due to, like, being, like, leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, they're not equal in power. Argosax,
no?
Well, I guess, like, they're equal in power, like back then. But, like, Argosax surpassed, Mundus, like, in DMC.
Okay, then yeah. So, if you're gonna claim that human, which is what Chen uses to even begin to know all this as well, because it is his also his human comprehension as well, because he has to have some sort of knowledge about the dimensions, because he can formulate them without getting the beast heads. The beast heads merely just actualize them. If you're gonna claim that to be 4D, then why are you? That's something weird. You could have also have mentioned that humans know about space-time continuums, as clearly stated in the, because he used DMC3, he would have used, what is it called? The Samsara, which is literally stated for, to cause rifts, or, like, be used for rifts through the space-time continuum into the human world, so human world is its own space-time continuum. Could have used how stated, because this is so far, this was during the Chaos timeline, how they literally have space-time continuums. The higher the space, the bigger the space, the slower the volume. So Einstein's theory, or the slower at the time, Einstein's theory of spatial relativity could have gone, so forth. So that is just insanely disingenuous of him. Also, if he's gonna claim that Sparta eventually defeated Mundus, but also that version of Sparta must be equal to Chen.
We don't know yet.
No, we have definitive scale. The Sparta that Mundus fought is weaker than Chen.
No.
They make it.
No, I'm talking about like we don't know like he mentions that. I'm saying I'm saying Mr. Crafty mentions that. I didn't mean to say like we don't know like the scan. I'm saying we don't know like if Mr. Crafty is gonna mention that in general.
No, he already mentioned that. He mentioned that a portion of Sparta's power was given to Chen.
Oh yeah.
Gained that power. Then the full power of Sparta should scale there. He clearly did not go to the games 100% then. Or at this time he had not, because no. At this point, Sparta needed an additional amp to beat Mundus. He also got even stronger. So he would also know that the beast heads is a power generator. So not just the power of Sparta or whatever sample of blood from Sparta would also be from the power that the beast heads grants, and any souls it ate during that time. So it's not just purely Sparta's power. So that is just a disingenuous take in general.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, now we can move on.
Right. Yep.
And Argosax stated to be equals, he would seal to this. Essentially, it's very consistent that the god tiers are transcended or beyond this 4D level, in which Devil Trigger Dante scales to by the time of DMC1. Now, after the events of DMC1, Dante completely surpasses Devil Trigger state in just base. As during the DMC1 light novel, in base, Dante fights an alternate dimension version of Mundus who was stated to be stronger than the previous one he fought, and he did this all in base.
Hold on, I just want to put, so why is he now mentioning Void Mundus and then Chen? Like, I'm so confused. What the fuck are we doing, like, Mr. Crafty?
Does he think Void Mundus is stronger than Chen?
Like,
I sure as hell hope
Holy
not.
shit. Holy shit, bro.
Chen was the same person who was putting Dante in his place. The same
Yes.
Dante who had already fought Void Mundus and defeated him
Yes.
prior
Like,
to
no effort.
before he fought the Beastheads, mind you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying no effort if he defeated Void Moon. It's like no effort.
You still have to
Because
dodge
we
all
see
of the attacks.
Dante-
They would have killed him.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue this bullshit.
To me, seen as consistent as in DMC2 he fought
If he says he beats him in base, I'm gonna crush
bullied
him.
Argosax while in base.
He didn't
This is
bully
highlighted
them.
upon
He
in
didn't bully
DMC4
them.
light novel that
He
Argosax
didn't
is so
bully
weak.
them.
Like,
He didn't bully them. He had to use freaking maging trigger to like
if
because,
any...
like,
Go ahead.
yeah, he used maging trigger to like defeat Argosax because he seemed like he got serious, and maging trigger basically like
Majin.
Majin trigger basically basically negated or like defeat Argosax, etc.
Yes, he needed Majin to
Also,
defeat Argosax.
if anything, Dante wasn't toying around with him.
Yeah.
It was actually going the other way around.
Yeah,
In a certain
Argosax.
translation where Argosax transcends the concept of distance and time,
Yes.
it's
There's an
so
echo.
fucking blatant in your face that some people would have to lie their way just to quote unquote refute it.
Yeah.
That it literally blatantly confirms Argosax was the one who toys around with Dante.
Yeah.
The specific statement is just that Argosax converges and is toying with Dante via that. So yes, he is toying with
Yeah.
Dante. There's an echo.
And the thing is-
Also, this is not DMC novel 4. This is DMC novel, or not even novel, but yeah, no, it is novel.
It's just before the
DMC
nightmare.
novel 5. It is
It's
before the
String of
nightmare.
Fates. I think it's String of... Wait,
No, not
wait,
this.
Not
Or,
mine.
no.
Oh, not mine.
No,
Because
not.
if we're talking about like
Argosax.
Argosax is like bullying like Dante, I think that would be like in String of Fates.
No, we're talking about the scan he pulled. Claimed it's from novel
Yeah.
4. This is from. This is not from Deadly Fortuna. This is from novel 5.
Yeah.
So I think I've categorized enough of what Crafty has said to effectively state, with the most accuracy, he has actually not played
Yeah.
or gone through the materials himself.
Yeah,
Anyways,
and
we can
also, hold on, I just want to point this out. Even if like I was going to debunk like how like Dante being Argosax and base, like I was going to debunk this. Like the reason why it shows like Dante just effortlessly just beating Argosax with Ebony, like in general, like because it's really a gameplay mechanic. Because like I don't feel like DMC was that popular back then. Like I'm saying, like before DMC 3 came out, I don't feel like DMC 2 was that popular. So like they just basically put random bullshit to make it look cool, whatever.
Yeah, that'd still be just disingenuous to say
Yeah.
otherwise.
It sold pretty well. The issue was Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
continue.
like no wonder DMC 2 was bad. Like it's like generally rushed.
Yeah.
So of course they make Dante look like he defeated like Argosax effortlessly with
Yeah.
just Ivany.
Okay, let's continue.
Comparison to him that he was not even
Hello,
worth
Red Desk.
remembering.
Was
Meaning
this made
now
by-
Dante
this
is
was
basically
made by,
fourth dimensional or universal
Tempest.
plus.
Tempest,
And if
yeah.
he would enter
The
his
Dante
Dante
scaling is
state, he would
specifically crafty.
unquantifiably infinite amount of infinities of an increase stronger.
Hello, not
As it was
alive.
able to bring it
I
from
will come back
3D
here
to 4D
to once my
before,
cocaine
which
starts.
is one example of the difference between
Remember,
dimensions or
barbecue
higher
also shows
dimensions.
face before
If you have
cocaine
a
starts
two-dimensional
again.
square and you stacked an infinite amount of infinities of two-dimensional squares
Oh,
on it, it
Red
will
Desk
never
is
gain
here?
depth or become 3D.
Oh, Red Desk is
He's
here,
in
yeah.
the chat.
He's in the chat.
Oh.
But what the heck is he even talking about at this point, bro?
He's talking
With
about
said-
how higher dimensions have infinitely greater value.
Bro,
Now-
they didn't like he just mentioned freaking Chen. Like what the fuck? Okay, I'm done. No,
Hold on.
I can't. No,
Yeah.
he just mentioned.
So,
Like, hold up. How the fuck do you mention fucking Chen in the first place and then mention fucking Void Mundus and now just talking about, like, Just like okay, I'm not gonna cash out. Like
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what. Let's let Ryan talk.
I'm sorry. Just
No, you're good.
Now, he's trying to argue that stacking an infinite number of two-dimensional squares on top of each other doesn't mean it's a 3D cube, or would it gain any depth? Which is correct, but it goes against. I hear an echo.
oh my bad.
It's Zuki.
Yeah, I'll just turn your volume down just a little bit. All right. That goes against his original claim, which he's trying to argue that Dante's Sin Devil Trigger is infinitely greater than his regular Devil Trigger, which brings him from 4D to 5D, at least as far as I remember. So yeah, if you're gonna bring up infinity not having anything to do with dimensional jumps, then there's like no reason for you to assume that just because Dante gets an infinite amp from Sin Devil Trigger, that would just bring him up to a dimensional tier.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to have this discussion with Crafty, and we always assume, per what science has stated for 2D to 3D, and for how we ourselves argue higher dimensions, we always assume that a higher dimension literally has to have bare minimum an infinitely greater volume. So if you infinitely stack an infinite amounts of 2D objects, you will eventually get to a bulk space that will be relative in size to a 3D space. So this man does not understand how infinity works within the confines of dimensions. You stack enough infinities on top of each other, you're eventually going to come to a relative space. This is how cardinals came to be.
Yeah.
So that's just effectively all I have to say.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Nuhuan. How are you doing? What's up, boys? What did I miss? Oh, you didn't really miss much. We just went over Dante versus Kumagawa. And hope you all have a nice day over there, wherever you are. Yeah, thank you. I'll be on the side to listen to you. By the way, question. Would Jesmond GX from Digimon be able to defeat DMC3 Dante? That'll be a question for Max, as he scales Digimon better than me.
No, I don't think he has primarily any hat. I do believe he has some tier 2 scale, but that's the bare minimum for any Dante. I think he might have like 2B scaling. Maybe, but 2A is iffy. Besides that, no, don't particularly believe so. I don't even think he's of a fast enough tier to head him.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways.
Who is Kumagawa?
Madoka Box.
Yeah. Right.
I think he is the protagonist. Parody.
I don't know who he is. I just saw that video and I was like, okay, well, let's just react to it. But
It had Crafty in it. We knew it was going to be bad.
yeah, if that Crafty, we want to react to it, just his reaction to it. Alright, let's continue.
Difference can be applied throughout all other higher dimensions, not being a greater increase, or Dante by DMC4 would be 5th dimensional. Now in DMC5, Dante and Devil Trigger was completely one-shotted by Urizen, making Urizen 5th dimensional, and later he was able to fight an even stronger Clifoff through Urizen and beat him in base, making Dante's new base in DMC5 5th dimensional. And if he would ever enter his Devil Trigger like how he did against Virgil, he'd...
Visions of V blatantly shows that he used Sin Devil Trigger during that fight.
Yeah, and hold on. One thing, like, even when he was, like, knocked out, like, from, like you know, when he was in a coma, like, demonic energy was flowing into his, like, body from the Clifoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how, like, he got stronger, like, due to the Clifoff pumping blood into Dante paws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to say something, Max?
Oh. No, I've just already attacked the basis of his vision for 5D. He could have gone about it many different ways. So, I don't particularly have any issue here anymore. Besides,
I mean, Demon King should be
Wizard
60, so
they
'cause
should
they
be
completely
well into tier
transcend
1.
the demon world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had that conversation with Devil a few days ago, but yeah, let's continue.
Be six-dimensional or low complex multiversal. Now Dante is really fast.
That's not how
As
that
early
works.
as DMC1 he would have inaccessible speed, as he was not only able to
Inaccessible?
exist and move
Ew.
inside Mundus' temple, which is stated in the DMC1 album guide that stated that it was a space diverged from the flow of time. He's also able to fight equally to Mundus, which again inside the DMC.
Yeah,
That
no.
should be at least like that should be at least
No.
like
Yeah.
Like
that
what?
should be at least a measurable speed.
So,
If I'm not wrong,
You
if I'm
can,
not wrong, if I'm
you
not
can
wrong.
use way better arguments than
Yeah.
whatever's presented. Like,
I don't know like how did he want him like cuz like how did he want to the Fury to like this? What the hell?
this is an older video, I believe. Either which way. No. So inaccessible speed is, as many people would call it, temporal speed, is moving with the flow of time. Is moving at the speed of time itself. No faster, no slower. Okay? So if you're gonna argue something is divergent, you're not gonna, if you argue something's divergent from time, you're not gonna argue it flows with time. Or if you're gonna argue it flows with time, then you're gonna argue it's divergence. It's merely like it's just operating on a separate time, not the same time. So it doesn't affect anything. If you're gonna argue someone is free from time, you're gonna argue that they're not inaccessible because they would be moving with the flow of time, right? Not free from time. So that's just a non-issue. If you're gonna want an accessible speed, you just go to DMC1. You boot up how time itself is moving forwards, backwards, slowed, or faster in whichever direction demonic energy wants in Malay Island, and they just argue that demons go with that and are unaffected by it in its entirety. Quite simple. Inaccessible speed, if not at the very least, heavy resistances to time manipulation itself. There you go. Then you just argue that demons cross the river Styx. That statement by this point had already been out because he was the Chaos Timeline should have been out, if I remember correctly. So there's that. Simple.
Alright.
Let's continue.
C1 light novel, it stated that he was a being free from the flow of time. All of these showings would be putting him or Mundus at inaccessible speeds, but this speed can be taken even further. As we've already established, the Demon King Argosax is already stated to transcend not just both time and distance with his sheer movement alone. Even the Demon King Pluto is stated in the side tips and DMC Pico Combat to be so fast that he bypasses the dimensional access of the time stream with his raw speed alone. And here's a good time to interject and just explain the canonicity
Right, that's not
of
really
Pico
impressive,
Combat.
honestly.
It's not only officially licensed and supervised by Capcom, but on the official site they also give us a time frame for where it fits in and doesn't contradict the source material. It's also been stated in interviews that not only do they carefully fit in each installment of Devil May Cry so it's canon, but also get the creator to personally supervise the project so that he would consider it canon as well. And so with all of those previous feats I listed, this would put Dante at immeasurable speed. But Dante's ninth dimensional. At last I knew someone would bring this up, so I might as well nip this right now.
That was
So yes, if you read the expert of the tips, it does state that souls are ninth dimensional form. But if you read this, you are ignoring the whole context of this. It states that the soul originates and returns to a higher dimension beyond the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is a concept in Buddhism or Hinduism that involves breaking free from the cycle of samsara.
He just conceded. Like, instead of reach a higher dimension, like, bro. I'm done. Yeah,
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Wait
Entering
until
Nirvana.
later.
Now the realms of the 8 paths are considered dimensions, but mental and spiritual and not spatial. So it being ninth dimensional is probably in
Does he
reference
not
as this
know
numerically
what's
the ninth dimension.
like spiritual and wait, hold up, wait, sponsor, wait, hold up, wait, did you talk about like how like spiritual dimensions don't scale like that? Wait, I think you mentioned that, right?
I've already mentioned it multiple times. I talked about it in his previous reasoning on Dante vs. Ghost Rider. It being spiritual or mental doesn't matter. It's actually not mental, it's spiritual because you're arguing it's the afterlife and
Yeah.
it's mental. You would be arguing it's spiritual and you would just say that spatial, by definition, is just a dimension with space,
the
and space is abstract.
Yeah.
the souls in question, they also take the souls themselves were not stated as ninth dimensional. They're stated as taking on a form that is ninth dimensional, a physical form with a spatial axis. So, yeah, no, it can be in the context of a spatial dimension, not just spiritual Buddhism dimension, like
Yeah.
he's implying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
You would just also say,
he's getting way too deep into like the Buddhism stuff, even though like I do gotta agree, like it's the eightfold path, but like it's not like, but the mental and spiritual shit was just stupid as hell. Like he just cherry picking at this point.
It's just the only
Yeah.
important really thing is just the higher dimension part at the very end.
Yes, the higher dimension part
Correct me if
just
I'm wrong,
like
Max.
so you wouldn't necessarily require that. You would just take. This is not in kanji. This is in Chinese. So you would just take the character of dimension and you would just translate that in the context.
Mm-hmm.
The context is spiritual. You always assume that dimensions also have space unless stated otherwise, whether spiritual or not. This is why we always assume heaven is infinite in size when we read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
At least later versions of the Bible, or that heaven takes up space, even though it's spiritual. It's the afterlife, anyway. So you would take the Chinese character for dimension, and you would run with it. You would take it, and then you would look at it, and you would say, "Huh, let me turn on my brain. Let me translate it." You translate it; it states mathematical.
Mm-hmm.
So they are clearly stating that this dimension already has space beyond it already having space as space is abstract. Anyway, I wanted to get into the comments.
That's not
me
how the verse
Gunganga.
treats it. That's what Reddit said.
Yes,
Me
yeah. I was just reading what Ezio. Yes, Ezio Gungaga.
Oh, it's
Yeah. So as Reddit was saying, that's not how the verse treats it. If Crafty went to the games, you would see the Soul Eaters. They take up. They have a length, width, height, so on and so forth. It is just literally just a cluster of souls. You take a look at it's a specific orb you pick up. It is just a condensed ball of high blood, of just soul energy. Quite literally, so it takes up space even when you condense it. So on and so forth. What else? It was something else. Ah, yes, that demons themselves are literally just transmutated souls. So if you're gonna argue that it's meaning spiritual as nature, you would also have to like, you would already concede that it's like, what's the word? That it's specifically spatial and spiritual in nature as well, because souls themselves can be transmutated and then take on a lighter form on top of their soul, which is just what demons are. They're specifically humans that go into the demon world. When they're transmutated, their souls are changed, and they use their souls as power, but also they take on a new form, because their bodies also transmutate around their as a new shell for their souls. That is the most extensive stuff I would probably get into for now. Maybe until the Wukong portion comes up, because I think
they're gonna.
I probably
religion.
read too much. No, he is 100% going to mention religion, and I'm just going to spin it in his face by saying, Tempest, if you're going to mention religion, don't use Black Myth Wukong, which is a separate version. I'll spit on your face by doing that. Because, like, you can't make that. You can't do that.
Oh,
Black Myth Wukong is not the traditional.
For Wukong.
You don't need an original. You got me.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Just gonna come and say, mountain level!
Mountain level Wukong. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyways, yes.
Not spatial. So it being ninth dimensional is probably in reference as it's numerically the ninth dimension beyond the eighth. Kind of like how time is considered the fourth dimension, as numerically it's the fourth dimension of measurement. As there's nothing in the entirety of the Devil May Cry franchise
You want to get into that, Ezio or Max?
This man does not understand why we call it the fourth dimension. We call it the fourth dimension because it is the fourth dimension we found. It's not called four. It is the fourth dimension we found. The reason why we say fourth dimension. The only other reason is because we assume, based on physicists like Einstein's theory of spatial relativity and Einstein's genius, that 4D has to be superior and it has to be above because it must embed, per the way timelines work and per the way space-time continuum works, it must embed length, width, and height into it. Those are the only two reasons it's called 4D. We don't even know if it's 4D. Secondly, the time we use as measurement is not 4D time. It's not time as a fourth dimension. It is time as a one-dimensional aspect. The time we use. Because it is such a minuscule after effect of what time truly is. Which is why we are bound to it. Because it is a higher dimension. By proxy and by nature. He failed physics and advanced physics, is all I'm gonna say.
Bro graduated from McDonald's, I'm kidding.
I
Don't
don't
really
think
act
he even
like
took advanced physics at all.
I don't
Go ahead,
think
Ezio.
I don't think most people have ever succeeded in both maths and physics. And even then, you don't even need a big understanding to know what you have to know about this topic.
Yeah.
Me,
That's
pass 2
fair.
AP exams on physics.
Woo!
Well, to be honest, don't laugh, but I think I failed physics back in freshman year.
All you need to do is just
Yeah.
just read a page. That's it.
There you
Well,
go.
to be
Oh,
honest,
well, you presume that you don't need good reading comprehension for that. We know people don't have good reading comprehension in general.
True.
They can't read. Anyways.
basically mentioned me.
That's good of you.
Implies that spatial higher dimensions exist, and especially within context of this feat, it would be spiritual. And something I want to put out is that Buddhism is heavily implied in DMC, and I recommend watching this video for more context and understanding.
We are not watching that.
No.
When talking about Dante's abilities, we should go over
go
his
back.
daimonic.
No, I'm sure
Rewind?
you recognize that. The gaming news.
Yeah, no, rewind. Wait. That's a Discord. That background is Discord. So, I know who he's getting this from because I know one of the only other people who got this. So this is either social, or someone related to the both of them. This is 100% not unoriginal. This is not. This might be Yosakura as well because I think Yosakura also might have sent this one. So this is a tie between Yosakura, error, and social. They use
Yoda, do
this
you
to
remember
prove.
this?
When they use.
Yes.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Say it? Wait, say it again. I did not hear you.
He just said yes.
He said yes. So,
Anyways.
so he's getting this argument from one of them. This is not what they said in their argument, if I remember correctly. What they were saying in this was because of religion, because the arguments that they were basing off of was for names, not for the soul. Because all of them in unison agreed that the soul, whether or not it was spiritual, didn't matter because space was abstract. So it would be spatial by nature as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this man is not getting his own, he's not getting his own scans, his own research. This man is just passing around scans. Which way we could continue? We are-
New Human says something. We are Yu-Gi-Oh players. Reading is lava. All we know is that Avian plus Burstin tracks makes Flame Wing.
It's Flame Man.
I'm assuming that's
Okay.
a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
It is, no. I don't care. Bakugan? Only reading I needed?
There you go.
Bakugan!
When talking about Dante's abilities, we should go over his daimonic biology. Something to go over is their names. The names of demons are not only
Demonic.
stated to represent their power, but also the concepts of their being, as well as that being a part of their soul. With the DM3 manga iterating on this topic, making demons and Dante conceptual beings. And for Dante's own regeneration, it's been stated that as
Conceptual.
long as the demon pursues the fight, they'll continue to regenerate. Even if their body, soul, and their name is destroyed, which as we've already established, their names are their
We don't
concepts.
really need this.
Meaning even if you completely destroy their concept,
You
they
would
can
just use
regenerate
Mira
and
and Virgil?
continue to fight.
Yeah.
Giving demons or Dante high godly regen, and also Dante can negate regen on this level as he can kill demons. Dante also has a unique form of conceptual manipulation, as his father was able to rob the names and then give new names to demons or other beings. As a
No. Let's just put pause. So I'm just gonna speed run through this. No, this is not something exclusive to the Sparta. It's just something exclusive that they could easily do, and it doesn't require that much time. That is more so what's exclusive to the high tiers. Taking and granting names is something any demon can do. They make this perfectly clear. If you read the novel, Crafty, you would know, or if you read the novel, if you read DMC3 Code Dante for the manga, you would immediately know that when he's talking to the demon and inherently tells them after 2,000 years they were not able to get back their name, implying that after a while they will sooner or later stumble upon a name that they could grant themselves, so they could name themselves. So taking and granting names is something any demon can do, and it's just a context of how much time it takes and how much power they have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, the reason why they don't do it. There is a hierarchy of demons above them. A hierarchy of demons ready to slaughter them if they mess with the reality that they are very comfortable in.
Just like Moon
That is it.
Taking Virgil's name like that, for example.
Well, yeah, that's one.
Yeah, we can use that for example.
Mm-hmm.
You would also just use Savior taking Nero's name.
Yeah, we can use Savior for example too.
Yeah, anyways, we continue.
Already established their names or their concepts, meaning he was able to rid them of their concept and then give them new ones, and when he rid them of their concept they were left completely powerless, hence because they lost their concept, which Dante inherited this, meaning Dante can conceptually power null you and just essentially give you a different concept if he wanted to. He also has many showings of fear manipulation, as well as soul manipulation, as he can resist regular demons trying to steal his own soul, as well as being a demon himself. Demons can crush the souls of others who are weaker with just their presence alone. He also has extreme battle IQ and development, as he was able to beat Chen, who initially had infinite knowledge and was at the beginning of the fight able to beat, and he couldn't even outwit or maneuver him. Towards the end though, he learned how. But with his equipment, he has far more access to different abilities, such as the doppelganger style, which you can create a clone of himself to fight with, the quicksilver style, which sends out a dimensional time rift wave that allows him to slow down his enemies while speeding himself up, and with the World Guard he can block and counter any attacks the enemies put at him, and he can build up enough energy to throw an even stronger attack at them. And with Pandora's box he can create any new weapon he can imagine. And lastly, the Book of Demons. The Book of Demons can...
Unbelievable, me talking over here about Ojima Yellow and man really hitted me with the Bakugan Brawl Hydronoid stand.
To be honest, the Book of Demons we should not use because we don't have any we don't have access to these scans. I don't know, so the Book of Demons should not be mentioned, to be honest, because we don't have.
We do. You would just put up the gameplay video of us literally gaining the Book of Demons and it being said to rob the out of their soul.
I felt like we don't have information of the POC scans. Oh, if you're talking about 1.0.
Just talk about the gameplay that's always been there. This man does not mention the ability to bypass immortality because he did not mention the specific immortality types. He didn't mention go ahead.
Yeah, I just realized, why does he not mention the immortalities? That's literally the count of the Sun Wukong at that point.
Well, it's not truly.
Oh.
Just killing him as a counter to him. He could have mentioned the ceiling. Could also mention the digitalization, the ability to digitally remove your power and power null you entirely. He also mentioned the ability to warp your entire cause and effect, the ability to completely negate your entire existence by existence erasure. Could have just mentioned a lot of things. Anyways.
Yep.
Basically negate your cause and effect, basically causality negation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Steal the souls of beings, turning them into data, then absorbing their power and gifting the powers to the user. Now Dante's encountered and absorbed a lot of demons, so I'll just quickly go over the demons and what primarily thing they give you. He has the Mourning Banshee's immortality. For as long as even an aspect of his enemy exists, he will instantly regenerate and come back to the fight, even if he's already dead. The Fallen Priest's ability to not only erase the existence of others, which can include their concept as he erases the soul, which as we established, the concept and the soul are a part of each other, but also its ability to not be bounded by the concepts of life and death. The Kengen's ability to not only see the past, present, and destinies of others, but also all countless possible futures. And lastly, the Angel of Damnation's ability to curse the soul of anyone and make them die, and also remove curses from himself or others. And something to also...
Multiple futures, like, we really have the beast heads for that, to be honest. Wait, did he even... Wait, did he even mention Chen? Hold on, wait, I feel like he did.
Yes, he did.
He did mention Chen earlier.
But, like... But like, it's only for the knowledge. Oh yeah, not mine. Not mine. I'm dumb. What the fuck? Oh, not mine. Oh crap! I was like, it's like his ratting on Dante. It was so like, it was so like confusing to the point I lost track. Did he even mention Chen?
Yeah, here, let's continue.
Note that Dante was able to resist these abilities before even ever absorbing them, so he even had prior resistance to these abilities as well.
Sun Wukong, who was stated on multiple occasions to be one of the 5 immortals who attained immortality and reached out of nirvana on multiple occasions. Something that I got wrong in my prior videos, such as Kratos versus Ashura, is that Samsara is above that of nirvana. However, within Buddhist and Taoist teachings, this is false. Within Buddhism, there's a thing called...
Yeah.
Please do not bring that up.
No.
Like, I hope they don't bring up more of that Buddhist bullshit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
That is it is entirely his reasoning.
Promise them it's not going to help them at all.
Yeah, let's continue.
Buddhist
So, I should
Cosmo.
probably-
Buddhist Cosmo.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Max.
Well, I was just gonna say. So if you're gonna, since he's getting, I should probably state this. How old do you think this is?
This is
2.
probably 2 years.
2.
1 year.
2 years old. Expired.
Hold up. Hold up. That's an escape key.
It's only 2 years old.
No. Not the video. That's that image. How old do you think the Buddhism as a cosmology, like what they believe the cosmos?
Oh, this whole thing.
Yes. How old?
Well, like a couple hundred.
Couple hundred.
Like
Anybody got a
700 AD.
No,
780.
it's like a decade old or something.
That specific image?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that image is a decade old, more or
Yep.
less. There's specific, this image is a decade old, but they still draw upon the basic foundation that the old cosmology is. Anyone here know how old that is?
What?
What's it?
Let's just say it's a couple hundred years older than Christ's death. Ancient, to put it exact. It's so old, you could see the dust bones coming off of it. Put that in perspective, the human comprehension of what infinity actually is didn't come around to the, well, let's just put it at the latest, or no, at the earliest, 1800s. Whatever statement you believe is going to be here, Tempest, I'm going to bet you $60 for every single statement. You cannot provide me a single statement in their time that it is actually infinite, or it is like, per what mathematical and per what dimensions have to this day, even spiritually, or even remotely similar, because they're not.
Mm-hmm.
They had no idea what infinity as a concept is. They just had an idea what vastness is, which is nowhere near relative. Actually, what I'm trying to say is their cosmology is super small. If we're going to use the Buddhism, you're going to concede to something that is below solar system. Or actually, no, not below solar system, below galaxy.
Alright, hold on. Alright, let's continue.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Cosmo has 7
That's my
spatial
rant.
temporal
That's all I have
dimensions
to say.
within it that represent the 7 or 6 realms of Samsara within its cosmology, with each of these realms individually transcending each other, seeing how he reached and attained the state of nirvana, which is inaccessibly above that of the state of Samsara in its entirety. These 7 dimensions are realistically the paths/realms of Samsara or existence. Journey to the West, however, is a clearly and heavily inspired story and folklore from that of the Eastern religion, that being Buddhism and Taoism, and has hints of Taoism sprinkled within it. Within these respective religions, Samsara, or the karmic cycle, is the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Every concept of life and death, including dimensions, would exist within Samsara. Meaning, when one transcends samsara, they are no longer bound by the concepts such as life and death and exist independently from them. Since Wukong did attain that of enlightenment and surpass samsara, he would also be above things such as dharma. Dharma or dharma chakra fundamentally represents 8 paths and is above that of samsara. Dharma as a teaching is the truth of oneself or reality and the basic principles of cosmic or individual existence. Dharma also denotes that of Taoism. Taoism being the natural order of the universe different from dualism. Dualism, the philosophy where similar opposing opposites are in a constant state of balance, however contradictory to each other. Taoism posits that these things are necessarily to each other and are in a constant state of balance, but however are beneficial.
Congratulations, you limited your duality system.
Yeah, I'm did he just, did I just heard him just scaling contradictions in front of my face?
That's not the issue. The issue is he believes that duality merely, or that he was dumb enough to include that in the video. If you're going to concede that duality is merely based on the contradictions, you would be limiting your entire duality system by an infinite degree, because duality is not made up of simply contradictions. It's made up of alikes and individual portions themselves. So you would be conceding that your dual system is so finite, it's inherently shorter than most of, anything in fiction. Anyways, that was my piece.
Yeah.
For each other's existence and aren't necessarily opposing each other, with life and death, happiness and sorrow, and even light and dark all being beneficial to each other, and like the name suggests, being balanced and what makes the natural order of the universe.
Balance
This is
because
shown
they're
within
opposites being contradictions. So he clearly did not read much into this. If the reason why they create bonds is because they are opposites. They are contradictions to one another in the state that you cannot have one while having the other. You cannot have life while you are also dead.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have good while also being complete bad in its entirety, right? Because they're talking about good in its entirety, bad in its entirety. You cannot have one or the other. You can have both as a balance, but they are opposite and contradictory systems because they are not the same. They oppose separate sides.
Mm-hmm. This would go into the whole duality thing we were talking about earlier, right?
Well, yes, that would do that. So it's basically, again, he's I think he's backpedaling now, because if you're gonna claim that your dual systems are not contradictory, but then have a literal scan state, yeah, they're about contradictions because they must be balanced, and then you're claiming one thing, your scan is claiming the other thing. So your explanation is either disingenuous, or you're conceding that Buddhism and Taoism as a whole are not completely, how should I say this? They don't logically track at all times, which is a completely fair position, but you also just have to say, yeah, they don't completely track, so we'll just go with what the statement states, which is they are based on contradictions, and even then, I don't doubt that is the way it is. I just doubt his explanation is I don't doubt. I just think I confuse my words. I would not doubt that his explanation is disingenuous, because everything that he's explaining so far is just him not having enough brains to put together that opposites and balance, or is because they are contradictions. So again, finite dual system.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Dharma Sutra, which is shown and which I'll show on screen, which is the universal or cosmic
Also,
balance of
something that these
identity
aren't
or
good
individuality, and Wukong, along with the 4 other immortals who attain nirvana, would also transcend all of this. Now, I've stated numerous times already that Wukong attained and even transcended nirvana, but what does this actually mean? When one transcends samsara in the 8 paths of dharma, one reaches nirvana. Nirvana marks the soteriological release from that of moksha or existence after breaking away from dharma, and samsara, sort of like...
Hold on. First one was...
It was Toaster.
Tempest. Yeah, I forget.
Second one was Tempest.
Crafty was in both of them, so...
Crafty is in both of them. That is the link, that is the bridge between the two. As you can tell,
that's why we watched
why the Dante that's as you can tell, that's why the scaling is so butchered.
Mm-hmm. No way my poor boy got a mental stroke out of the BS this man tried to pull off after bringing a book of Nirvana. Oh my god.
So it's not the first time. It's actually one of the last times. Oh, it is the last time, because last time it happened. Last time I got a stroke from it. A lot of people like to use Taoism for some reason. It's not appropriate to use because there's different types of Taoism. The only other thing I was gonna say before I shut up because I've been yapping too much is there's different versions of Sun Wukong. There's Journey to the West. There's the 1,000 variations of Journey to the West. If you think I'm exaggerating, no, there are literally thousands of versions of Journey to the West. Not thousands of translations.
Go ahead, Yuzakura.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
There are many variations, Wukong.
Yeah.
They're
So
variations of
there's
Wukong,
not. So there's thousands of variations. Hundreds of those are just based on pure translation. So there's multiple different versions. Then you also have to concede that there's different versions for Taoism and different versions for Buddhism because the both don't really mix well together. They have different explanations for the cosmology and the different ways of life, right?
Mhm.
That's why not every Buddhist is a Taoist. Why not every Taoist is a Buddhist? That's why it's called Taoism, Buddhism. It's not called Taoism Buddhism. It's not called Buddhism Taoism. Two completely separate concepts. They're different. Sometimes they intermingle, and this is from people that take both of them together. This is not what someone is. He is either Taoism or he's either Buddhism. Take your guess on what he is primarily. Hey, Yudi. He is primarily
Hello,
Buddhism.
disciple.
So, primarily, that's all I want to say. We're gonna stick to a version of Sun Wukong, stick to that. If not, you're just gonna be bringing up composite, and that's effectively
Can't
where,
pick and
again, I
choose.
told you. Well, yeah, you can't pick and choose. If you're gonna pick up comp, I would just inherently tell you, fine, then you're gonna pick up comp. I would just cap the Chinese cosmology in its entirety at Galaxy Max because they don't even have a proper identity for infinity on its own. They cannot grasp it. So you lose inherently because you don't have infinite.
Alright.
And I would just point to your duality.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Heaven from the Abrahamic religions of Christianity and Islam. When one reaches nirvana, they also attain a state known as Atman. Atman, within Hindu and Buddhist philosophy, is the primary goal of the Buddhist and it's the final stage of someone's existence, however, isn't existence at all. Atman is a universal self that is above essentially everything, that being all things and the bonds of existence known as moksha. Atman is beyond the cosmic truth of identity, personality, and existence known as Dharma or Gautama Dharma Sutra. This is why Atman, like Brahman, not to be confused with that of Parabrahman, is beyond the concept of identification, and anything bound by the concept of identification or within existence in general would be below that of Atman. This means the
I like how he doesn't prove any of this bullshit. Like, he's not even talking about what Sun Wukong he's even talking about. He just spitting nonsense at this point. Like, and he doesn't even justify how this even exists, like in the Journey to the West. I'm saying like I'm not saying like I'm saying like he doesn't explain how like any of this exists like in the Black Myth like game. Like,
I don't think he's using the
I don't
Black
think
Myth
he's using
game.
Black Myth.
I think
He's
it's.
just using it
I
as
think it's.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like
I think he's
but at the
using
same
just
time-
like comp.
Yeah, but at the same time, like he doesn't. I'm saying like he needs to prove how like this even exists, like in Journey to the West in the first place, because like he's basically just now just comparing like now Christianity and like Islam and all that, and that kind of just pissed me off at that point, because like we know like
It's disingenuous.
Yeah.
it's like he's basically just committing blasphemy to like a lot of religions at that point.
Yeah, sort of. Bro, this is wrong. It's not Buddhism. It's relating to Hinduism.
Yes,
Yeah, that is related.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is related to Hinduism.
Yes.
People get confused. I will say two things before like I have my final aneurysm off stream. One thing, because I feel it coming. No, that is inherently just not ever stated. What's stated is once you reach the primordial existence, i.e., like you reach the highest level of existence, it's not that you transcend it, you are beyond it. No, it is that you have become one with the freaking existence itself. You're indistinguishable from the existence. That is what they were claiming. That is what they believe in. Secondly, if you're gonna say he's beyond the laws of identity, then don't ever bring up his name as Wukong, Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Don't ever. Or point to me where he contradicts its every existence. Ergo, no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because there's never proof of that. That's my final aneurysm. I need to have it off stream. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
the hyperverse, mathematics, dualism, Taoism, and all notions of existence in space and time would be below that of Atman.
Pause again, hold up. I bet he doesn't even know, I bet, he doesn't even know what mathematics, he knows, I guess he knows a little bit of math, but, I bet, he doesn't even know at least, what a hyperspace and a subspace, or mathematics and dualism, and, in the first place, he doesn't even know all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, at this point, stop saying all these big words, man. Just, to be honest, I kind of feel like he makes Mr. Crafty look smart.
Alright, let's continue.
Granting those who reach or attain the state of Atman near omnipotence and omniscience in power. Meaning, if you were to tier Wukong, at the very least, he would be universal. However, this tier doesn't truly define his power, as I said prior. Now, for those of you who are concerned with that of speed and abilities, Wukong has a plethora of abilities, such as things like infinite strength bestowed upon him by Wukong himself, and true and perfect invulnerability due to the peaches of...
Congratulations, you just proved him being fucking universal. Infinite strength being oh my days. Congratulations. Wow. That's totally universal strength. Oh my days. If, you just prove him being fucking universal plus. Holy shit. Anyways.
Alright, let's continue.
The immortality he ate during the folklore itself. Immortality, infinite transformations, and his famous 72 transformations, as well as many more abilities on top of that. As for speed, however, since Wukong is above the concept of identity, this would mean things such as the concept of speed, which is related to its own identity, would be subjected to Atman and
because again, if you're being above the concept of identity, because if you argue, if you're above the law of identity, because in general, or the concept of identity, I'm just gonna say the law of identity, if you're above the law of identity, that'll just be contradiction in general, that'll be violating the laws of logic, etc. So some Wukong will just basically violate the laws of logic, and because the law of identity is part of the laws of logic, and you cannot violate that type of stuff.
Bro just mixed concepts of Hinduism and Buddhism, and Nirvana and Moksha are different. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
but
and
yeah, he
the
keeps
fact
confusing
that,
the religions is the issue.
Yes, and to be honest, to be honest, if he does that, that'll be illogical and all that bullshit. So basically, he's making Sun Wukong just be illogical at that point.
My position's a bit different from Mizuki, because I believe you can have outright illogical states like that. I just don't believe that's consistent enough in Wukong to ever entirely consistent in any reality or in any fictional verse.
Yeah.
Or any franchise to argue. So.
Yeah. Yeah, let's continue.
Therefore be below of that of Wukong. Even if you were to rank Dante to the absolute max, Dante would still lose to that of Wukong, and there is no evidence to the contrary, meaning it is by that axiom that Wukong would slam.
We actually doing
with that being said, I want to...
Yeah, we are doing the 2-year vid, as you said earlier.
Okay, wait, no, put pause.
Yeah.
Oh no, you already put pause. At my eyes close. Because I had a little aneurysm. If you're gonna say axiom just means the definitive truth, it is just the truth thing. So don't just say axiom, don't just say it just to sound smart, just say truth. Secondly, no, I can bring up 5 different statements to rank Dante higher. All of them primarily have to deal with the beast heads. Knowledge. If you want to claim that, Crafty already did your argument for you that Nirvana exists, that Buddhism exists in DMC. Light and dark exists, Taoism, so on and so forth. Christianity exists, there you go. Basically every single formulation of Abrahamic exists. Ergo, I would just similarly state, hey, he just transcends words.
Wait a minute, wait.
If you want to be that sacrilegious. Go ahead.
You would get burned at the stake for that, but...
I would, but I would beat everybody in saying that.
You would do it with a smile on your face.
Ahead.
Oh my
goodness.
LARP. Shut up, naming.
Wait, does Christianity really exist in DMC?
Yes, 9 circles of hell.
Oh yeah, never mind. Okay, I was about to say,
Dante's Inferno, as it's based on.
Oh yeah, Dante's Inferno. Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. Okay, I get it. Okay.
William Blake, which brings up Genosticism.
And your
oh yeah,
reason.
because. Oh yeah.
Urizen,
because-
not Urizen.
Yeah, and
well,
then like
Urizen,
Virgil
yeah.
as a kid. Yeah, and Virgil as a kid, like he reads William Blake, etc.
Also Norse mythology. Pretty sure, yeah. Because
Yeah,
of,
Odin,
Bulwer.
Egyptian. Yep,
Yes.
Egyptian.
Like, bro, like at this point, like this guy is just. I kind of feel like he should just read like DMC at this point. Why does he rely on people that scale DMC? Just play the games for him too, not just Mr. Crafty. Like this guy too, because like while you're at it, please study fucking dualism and Buddhism. Like I like Buddhism is optional, but like you getting Buddhism and Nirvana and all that bullshit wrong. Like you basically just compared like how many fucking religions, like 5 religions or 4 or 5 fucking religions in one scaling video, and you don't justify how the fuck did like how someone's someone can scale to that shit. Like holy, like bro. Like I'm surprised this motherfucker's I say okay, I don't hold up. I cannot speak, holy shit. This like I might actually crash out like sponsor, holy shit. Like I'm actually shocked this motherfucker is not cancelled. Like
I would like to mention 2 things. I have not.
like I get canceled or like get like hated on. Like no, because like, I'm not back. Like I was gonna do like a little story. Alright, so back when I was like back in 2020, like me and my friend had this like channel, whatever. Well, he has his own channel, I have my own channel. We basically made a video with each other, and I was just pretending to be toxic as a joke. And he beating me, like, it was like, to be honest, like, it was just like a friendly 1v1. I didn't know, like, my friend's gonna make a video. So he actually made a video without my permission, to be honest. Well, to me, I was like, I didn't know he actually was making a video, because I thought me and him was making a friendly 1v1. Alright, the main point is, I got hated on, and basically saying, like, and I was getting hated on and all that. And I was basically felt like I was getting canceled just because I was being toxic as a joke and all that. And the fact like I get canceled and hated on just for me saying like this pretending to be toxic, while this guy is low-key just comparing different religions to just scaling videos, like that can literally just piss off like believers.
Yeah.
And religious people in general.
Big
and he doesn't get canceled.
Thanks to Crafty for helping with.
Like, it just, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, and
Man got our dog so
believe in
fired up, it's
scaling-
about to call Shaka a Virgo from Saint Seiya to
Yes,
give him
like-
the 6 pads of reincarnation treatment.
Bro.
The Saint Seiya
To be
reference,
honest,
always
and the fact that
justified.
and the fact that people believe this scaling is, like, actually sad as hell. Like, bro. Please.
Shame.
Like,
I just want to point out one thing.
okay.
I don't know if you
Oh, yeah.
noticed this, Jacob.
Mhm.
Am I the only one that noticed that Crafty said that like Buddhism exists, like in DMC?
He did mention Buddhism regarding the Eightfold Path.
yes.
Why would he say that? If it's almost as if Tempest rubbed him the wrong way with the way he was arguing.
Probably.
Oh,
I would argue that Crafty got a little bit tilted about Tempest scaling and saw how ratty it was. It was just like, maybe I'll throw him a bone.
Oh, what if Tempest just basically just mentioned Mr. Crafty without giving him credit, then puts his video and then doesn't even watch the video, just put it in his clip and then just rats on Wukong and acts like DMC doesn't DMC doesn't have Buddhism.
Yeah. Saint
No,
Mid,
the Crafty came on.
Sahor. Naming, I am going to ban you from my chat if you say that one more time. I dare you to say that one more time. I dare you.
Let's continue more because
This video, especially with the Dante section. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. He also just hit 3K, so if you would go give him a subscription, it would be greatly appreciated. His YouTube will be in the
Alright, that's pretty much it. So I'm
Arky versus
assuming
MUI.
he has,
MUI clears.
He has
Yeah, Wukong.
freaking Wukong winning by a landslide. Disingenuous on so many levels, but who gives a shit, honestly.
Oh wait, this is when tier 0 is technically apathetic. It wasn't like outright apathetic, but it was implying to be apathetic. So I would wonder if I just threw the tiering system at it, where you would scale it.
Just argue apathetic theology for Dante.
Oh,
Jeez, I mean, I can.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
A horse, LARP. That's it.
Dante's
I'm banning you.
too goated, to be honest, Dante's too goated for that dumb tier. Like you cannot, to be honest, as much Dante has good hacks and tiering and scaling, but come on, man, I don't feel does DMC even have apophatic theology?
It doesn't. No verse has apophatic theology. There's certain verses you could quote unquote argue for. Mangler's gonna crucify me if he heard that. But
yes,
yeah.
But
No. So argue for implies that there could be made not even a somewhat competent, just a random argument for.
No, when I told him I could argue apophatic theology for Void Mundus, he was livid.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't like it just in general.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue it. Doesn't mean you're good at it.
Theology is not even good at scaling.
No, theology should never be used in scaling.
Yes, I don't know why the hell does apophatic theology even exist in scaling. Who even meant who thought it was a good idea to even mention that shit? In in scaling.
Cough. We know who. Cough. He's in our server. Cough. We helped him. Cough. He's one of our best friends.
Are you talking about Vaith?
No!
Oh.
He's young for apathetic. Talk about unoriginal.
I feel everybody, I kind of feel everybody, that knows I feel mostly everyone knows apophatic theology, because of scaling. They don't know the actual, meaning of that shit.
That was mainly for religion, and that was it. They just brought it in to wank their favorite character.
Well, because it's ancient and it's no longer used ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Dante would look at Wukong and bring the cooler in with him with the "Tonight I'm dining on monkey soup." Dante would probably say that. Buzzword so far. Yeah, someone leaked.
Okay, wait, who said that? Wait, who said that about the...
said that monkey soup.
Okay, well, Newman. All I would have to tell you is, you could technically just argue Son Wukong's immortality is not based on anyone specific, just that he has certain lives. It's just basically a la carte.
Mm-hmm.
So, take that as you will.
Basically, apophatic theology is it's basically just basically a short term of saying you're an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that, but it's a.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for stream. I hope you all like the stream, and have a good day.
Yeah, get to the other good videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm really gonna tweak out because of this.